We just had a good question come in. My buddy Ian dropped into the bombshell. Love it. He says, it feels easy to admit the problems, but how do you overcome the fear of the unknown that comes from giving it all to God? Not a fear of God, but a fear of change. Man, dude, Ian, I'm so glad you're here, dude. I'm so glad. That's the thing I've always loved about, you and being part of ministry. Uh, God put you in our path to be yoked up and friends and all that. Basically, it is easy to admit, but the fear of things, the unknown that comes from it, that's something we all struggle with. Like, I have to just put my best foot forward. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say, I'm just going to follow God 100% and do what's right. But I do face that fear as well. What's next for my decision of following God and trusting God, standing firm on truth, exposing darkness, living a light compared to everybody else? Are there consequences to it, Dalton? What do y'all think? Are there consequences with y'all? What do y'all think?
To me, there absolutely is consequences. Now, sometimes those consequences are probably the best thing for our life. Here's a consequence of standing on truth. I may lose friends over it. That's a consequence. That's a consequence of my actions, right? But is it a negative thing? Might not be. If I got people who are bad apples, I go to the whole one bad apple ruins the bunch quote.
Oh, man.
If you got people who are bad apples in your life that are causing you to sin, the Bible says to cut that off. It says if don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. If you got people around you and you're a different person when you're not with them than you are with them, you ought to question, well, why am I a different person around these people?
Yes.
I'm a Christian here. When I come over here, I act like them. But these people over here, Group A represents the bad apples. Group B represents the good apples. Group A is the world. They act like the world. They talk like the world. They are the world. We used to have a saying, in our gaming club, there's a one-legged duck swim in a circle. You ever heard that before?
Dude, that's earnest.
They're always right. If they talk like the world and act like the world, they're probably part of the world. And then you got Group B over here who's building each other up, praying for each other, crying when they cry, weeping when they weep. That's the group I want to be with.
Yeah.
But by me taking that step of faith and trusting God in the unknown by going over to here, say it's with a church, it could be a one-on-one discipleship with a minister or something of that nature. And it puts you out there that, hey, you are a Christian, you are different, and you're to be a light of the world. There's a fear of what you're going to miss out. You could be missing out on. But you're not really missing out on anything. That's the key to understand.
You feel like you're missing out.
You feel like you are.
Because you may be missing out on the fun and pleasures, and you're having to deal with things that are uncomfortable, like living in a godly lifestyle. That's the difficult thing, is missing out on these low opportunity cost things. The opportunity cost we have is, not paying anything and living like the world. But the other one is found right here in Matthew chapter 16, verse 24 through 26. And it says this: Then Jesus told his disciples, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? Jesus lays it out here. He's saying, you've got to give it all. If you're going to live, you've got to die. You've got to die to yourself and follow Jesus. We've got to kill those things that want us, whatever that opportunity cost may be. Our life is but a vapor, as James says. It's here one minute and gone the next. We don't know how long our life is going to be. And I tell people, I've got students, that have come in my office the past couple weeks, and they've been like, man, I'm having a hard time. I've lost family. I've lost friends. People are dying. And he's like, how do you stay positive? And I was like, buddy, you've got to just live your life one day at a time. Give all you got in the moment you're in, because we are not promised tomorrow. We have to give it all in that moment, because, I could die of a heart attack. I could, I've got a bad valve in my heart. I could die right now. I saw there's people dying all the time. But, I'm going to give all I got for this moment. Am I going to be perfect? No. But I know that I have to die to myself and follow Jesus. And that comes at a cost. People may like, look at Seth, look at Dalton, look at Ian, look at everybody else. They're following Jesus. They look stupid. Why are they doing that? It's so easy just to live in the world. Why would they follow this idiot? You know what I mean? Like, that's what the world thinks.